Hand clap to the massive guys. Well, without a hand clap, brothers and sisters. But welcome once again to another vibrations on this here BrBpTV. Be real, be positive television, brothers and sisters. I'll be dropping another one on the Mr. Leaks reaction, guys. And yet again, brothers and sisters, I forgot. Well, no, I didn't forget the stand, but I forgot the stand, the part of the stand that actually connects to the phone. So I'm back with my hands once again, brothers and sisters. But welcome, brothers and sisters, to every single one of you guys who tuned into another BrBpTV reaction vibrations, brothers and sisters. Don't forget, brothers and sisters, to click that thumbs up button, brothers and sisters. Click that like button, helping the algorithm to push these videos further out there. And don't forget, brothers and sisters, to subscribe. Subscribe, brothers and sisters, so you'll be notified and also help the channel to grow and grow and grow, and more people will get to see the vibrations right there and then. So without further ado, brothers and sisters, I do appreciate you guys for definitely being be a part of this vibes. So with that said, guys, let us get into the vibrations for today right there. Now, brothers and sisters, what we've seen on the screen, none other than the breaking story apparently that has broken yesterday, and of course it involves VYBZ KARTEL. Of course, breaking news, there was the UK the court, the UK courts, I believe it is. Well, anyways, let's read this, guys, brothers and sisters. The Privy Council has sent back the case, brothers and sisters, involving dancehall artist VYBZ KARTEL and co-convict Sean Campbell and Carrier Jones and Andre, that's a lot of individuals already, Andre St. John, to Jamaican courts for a decision on whether he should be retried, brothers and sisters. So they try to get the appeal and everything like that, to appeal his verdict and everything like that. And apparently the UK court seem to have sent him back to Jamaica on the basis that say, hey, it's Jamaica that's the one that's responsible for actually trying this case. And a number of persons are saying, well, not a number of persons, well, yeah, pretty much a number of persons dealing with that matter is saying, what is the point of trying him again? The Jamaican courts tried him and they convicted him, and he was sent to jail. Obviously, there are appeals, and they are sending the matter back to Jamaica again. It's like a whole hoopla, brothers and sisters. So the question I must ask, do you think that, you know, I'm guessing that the VYBZ KARTEL crew or his team wanted to get an appeal so that he could be set free, but he's not set free yet, brothers and sisters. And of course, going back to Jamaica, do you think that the verdict that the Jamaicans have made initially is going to change as a result of them sending back the case to Jamaica? I don't think it's going to change, brothers and sisters. But of course, they have decided, the Privy Council has decided, hey, that matter should be discussed in Jamaica, and they are leaving it up for the Jamaicans to definitely do right there. So it's going to be an interesting time when it comes to this case, brothers and sisters, but I just had to put this out there for you guys right there. Anyways, brothers and sisters, moving along in that regard right there, there was a bit of an issue, no, but there was a bit of a situation, and persons who, well, this particular individual was wondering, why is the gate closed on this side of ministry? No, I know normally this side is closed. This thing is normally closed, but the one down there is usually open. Because I remember I've passed through this a number of times, and it seems like they have decided to close this area off, so there's only one way in, one way out. Why is this, brothers and sisters? Why do you think this is? Is this a safety measure? Is there some sort of interesting network that might be happening, and they decide, no, let's close down the gate or something?
Since last week, the place locked up.
So since last week, the gate has been locked up. And of course, I knew when I used to pass through there, I used to just pass through this thing and then bust out on the other side. Or I used to go and do something there and then come out on the other side. But it seems like this area has been shut down. And this individual is saying, since last week, this gate has been closed. Do you guys know why this is? This is an interesting one right there, brothers and sisters. Anyways, talking about interesting, brothers and sisters, we have yet another interesting dilemma when it comes on to the police, brothers and sisters. I'm sure you guys remember when you saw the police vehicle, you know, the old BrBpTV vehicle, and you were like, well, you guys, well, we were all wondering, why do they have this vehicle still on the road? We've heard that the police vehicles, some of them are uninsured and they're driving in public, which is interesting. But then if they see you driving uninsured, they're gonna charge you or something. Or take your vehicle or something. I don't know. Whatever they do, brothers and sisters, they do, or they give you a ticket. Right there, brothers and sisters. But we've heard that the police sometimes tend to drive vehicles that are not insured. And then there's this particular one. Well, the previous one I saw was one of the police where they actually had they were trying to close the door. The door wasn't. They kept slamming it and it kept opening again and slamming it and kept opening again. I think until somebody had to go inside and decided to hold the door and they drove off, man. And now we have another situation. This one, 2024, brothers and sisters. A better looking vehicle, but apparently the vehicle has to be pushed. Some people give up with the police them pushing the vehicle, which is rather interesting. GA, brothers and sisters, GA vehicle are there, by the way. Yes, brothers and sisters. You see the, hold on, I'll get to that. You see this right there? GA, that's the government official vehicle, brothers and sisters. Not somebody else's vehicle that there. It's not the police that borrowed their grandmother vehicle or something like that for them to come out and decide to push it. No. Police vehicle not working properly. So they have to solicit help from the public, which is interesting right there, brothers and sisters. As you can see, based off what is written right there, civilians and police are seen pushing police bus. No mistake about that. They have been pushing police bus right there. I guess the police sign was written on the other side, but the civilians and police are seen pushing police bus in the middle of ROSEAU. Our investigations, whoever is doing the investigations right there, have revealed that literally for months the battery of the said Toyota Bush bus said Toyota bus has been assigned to the special service unit and must receive a special dose of pushing and jump start daily in order to take these armed individuals from point A to point B. So on top of me hearing about police not getting health insurance for how much months, or they haven't met certain benefit that's supposed to be rightly due to the police officers, and of course, you know, some police wanted raise, they don't get no sort of raise or nothing like that. They now are in a new bus in 2024. Well, looking like a new bus. I don't know if they spray it or something. You know, sometimes they'll have auctions and they see vehicles, and you know, vehicles not really good, so nobody probably check it out. So maybe they take it and, you know, they try to revamp it, and well, the mechanics not doing a wonderful job. Either the mechanics not doing a wonderful job, or you know, Dominica doesn't have the necessary equipment to ensure that the bus have a proper battery and stuff, because apparently it seems like there's a battery problem based on what this individual is saying, based on their investigation. As written in the second line, our investigations have revealed that literally for months the battery of the said Toyota bus has been assigned to the special service unit and must be pretty much given a daily dose of pushing and jump starting for the bus to be able to take these individuals from point A to point B. That shows how much they actually care for these individuals. That shows. No wonder St. Joseph police station got robbed. No wonder. Because I mean, if the boss not there, if you're trying to do something to reach in time, we're in problems. So, you know, we're in problems, brothers and sisters. Anyways, where was I? It has been further revealed that the said bus has no mechanical issues beside a dead battery that can be replaced, because that can't be replaced because the government for Dominica has no resources like other government departments and institutions to afford a new battery for $315. So for months they have a battery problem, based on what this individual is saying. For months upon months they have a battery problem, or it's alleged that they have a battery problem, and they cannot afford a $315 battery. So individuals have to resort to doing what? Pushing bus to jog start it. I was going to tell them it have something called a booster, you know, for them to boost the battery every time. But the booster in Dominica is like between $700 to $900. It's best they buy the battery, because the booster not going to help. The booster will help, you know, no doubt. But the booster is like two times more than the actual battery. So why don't you guys just buy a battery? Which is interesting right there. Anyways, well, we all know that there is no money for ink. Well, I strongly believe that the country has a lot of money. I just think that a lot of money is being circulated at the top and does not come down. Because we've been hearing stuff like other people who are not part of the government are getting paid. People that did not even win their seats or nothing like that were pretty much kicked out of government so that somebody else can replace them. These people have no known positions at all, but yet still they are on the payroll. So it's very interesting to say, oh, they cannot afford. No, it's not that they cannot afford. They are replacing the monies and giving it to the oligarchs or the people at the top. They are giving it to their people. That's what it seems like. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, because you cannot tell me somebody can afford a $315 battery for them to replace. Instead, they jock starting the bus all the time. A daily dose. Be that the case, brothers and sisters, we have to admit that we've seen the evidence right there. It's not like somebody tell us we've seen it right there, brothers and sisters. Look, they're pushing the police. Mr. Self-tired and have this. No, sir. The policeman tired and leaving the citizens to push their boss. No, boy, if you don't push it, I leave it there. Uncle, don't give up, boy. Uncle, give up, boy. Look, I see them going out. They're rolling out. This guy. Nope. Oh, they stop. Okay, they stopping. Yeah, boy. I don't push it, no boss. No, burn that. I paying taxes for you to get battery, and I don't put battery and I have to push what's for you. Well, it's either I do pay taxes and I push the boss, or I pay tax and only buy the battery. One of them. Anyways, well, we all know that there is no money for ink. That's what the individual said. I think there's a lot of money. It's just circulating in the wrong set of places. But apparently he's saying there's no ink, money for ink, toilet paper, and for printing paper. So far less for a battery. At the same time, Scary took home 50% salary increase, whilst Melissa and the other surrogates take home an increase of 28% monthly. Poor Mad Dominic. Well, like I always tell you, brothers and sisters, the people are the ones allowing this. The people complaining that nothing's going on for them, nothing's happening for them. They constantly just complaining. That partner said, don't complain, but they still complaining, brothers and sisters. They tried not to complain after that song, but they could not stop. They kept complaining over and over, and they stopped complaining now. They stopped complaining now, brothers and sisters, because you cannot tell me you complain and you still have to push boss. There comes a time where you just have to stop complaining and push the boss. Well, apparently that is what is happening right there, brothers and sisters. Poor Matt Dominic, according to that. Who does the government really care for if they're taking about between a 30 to 50% salary increase? That is insane to me, bro. That is well, still have brothers and sisters. According to Lennox Linton, Scary took a $4,000 additional income. 4,000. Some of all you making less than $1,000. The man got a bonus increase of $4,000. And the pal reps got an increase of $2,300, brothers and sisters, which is very interesting to notice that some of all you will only make that amount of money in 4 or 5 months. In 4 or 5 months, you get in what they get, the increase. Not the salary, no, brothers and sisters. The increase I'm talking about, the bonus I'm talking about. Then people get a bonus and they watching you complain and they say, well, so it is, brothers and sisters. Anyways, there's something very interesting that was sent a while ago, brothers and sisters, and I had to point it out to you guys right there. There's a whole fiasco surrounding Kalibishi and that building, school, and all these kind of things there. And I asked the question, why don't they give the Dominicans to do these jobs, right? And I'll pretty much point this out to you right there, brothers and sisters. This isn't
what you're
China
seeing here
right there.
Happened yesterday, February the 22nd, 2024.
So the bridge fell down, brothers and sisters. The bridge fell down because of, this, and mark you, this is in China, eh? This is China.
On his dash cam.
These more bridges falling down, brothers and sisters. This is what happening in their country, brothers and sisters. We taking the same set of people who come from these countries who are accustomed of bridges falling down to then build our bridges. This is very interesting right there. And there's something I want to point out in that regard. This guy barely escaped with his life because the bridge collapsed just in front of him right there. Thank God nothing bad happened to him right there.
Notice anything wrong with this bridge support?
Guys, do you notice anything wrong with this one? Some of you guys might not be accustomed of this kind of bridges there. Liar bridge is what you're accustomed to. Alright? But brothers and sisters, what is off is this thing right there. This thing shift. This is supposed to be it's pretty much supposed to be balanced with this thing right there. Connected properly, but apparently they have not done a good job to ensure that this thing doesn't shift, and well, it shifts, brothers and sisters, so it's only a matter of time before it collapses. right there. This is a normal thing, a normal occurrence in China. This is a bridge that fell, brothers and sisters. This is a bridge, okay? I don't know if it's final destination they're trying to do in China or something, but they're making bridges, they're taking shortcuts or what have you. Look at that. Yes, they're making shortcuts and, you know, bridge falling down. Now, if you're passing on the bridge, brothers and sisters, you cannot say, boy, let me jump out now. God jumping out in that, no, brothers and sisters. You going down with the bridge. London bridge is falling down. They should have said China bridges are falling down too, because it's literal. This is another indication right there. This guy decided he's overtaking, checking by everything fine and dandy, and whoop, there he goes down, brothers and sisters. Thank God this individual wasn't driving too fast. It kind of reminds me of what took place going to Ponkase. There was an area where the road caved in, brothers and sisters. The road actually caved in, and you know, I think 2 of the individuals ended up losing their lives. Sympathies goes out to the family and friends of these individuals. But when they come to situations that you can actually control, I think this was Mother Nature's doing its thing, and you know, thing in the road, which is rather interesting because we have a number of these things taking place right now in Dominica. Remember Maho Road is slowly deteriorating, brothers and sisters. This is just not, they have this kind of cans on the road, the big jog cans, whatever you want to call it, brothers and sisters. They have these things indicating, guys, the road is caving in, so don't go close to the road, right? They go on the other side, and they just left it like this, brothers and sisters. But you do know that the road is continuously deteriorating underneath. So instead they try to solve the problem, they live in this thing, they're saying, oh, nothing else is gonna happen, but the road is constantly deteriorating. This has happened in a number of places. But it's rather interesting, brothers and sisters, that I must make mention that we're looking at these things, especially the bridges that have been built, and seeing Chinese fall and the bridges falling down. But they were also in Dominica. Remember the renovations that they took of the West Coast bridges, brothers and sisters? I think it was 5 of them. 5 of the bridges that they renovated. Before, the bridges were not falling down, brothers and sisters, but 5 of them. This is one of them, brothers and sisters. This is one of them. I think this is the Makushi Bridge. I think this is it. Yeah, I think this is the Makushi Bridge, brothers and sisters. The Chinese renovated these bridges, brothers and sisters, and every single one of the bridges that they renovated fell. I wonder if they did this. Well, then again, I'm saying, I wonder if they did this purposefully. But this tends to happen in their own country as well. This tends to happen, so you know that the Chinese have a reputation within their own country. Don't you think what they can do in our country is very much evident that they definitely did this when they renovated the bridges? When the bridges were built, none of the bridges were falling down, you know, brothers and sisters. Do you help me, brothers and sisters? When Dominicans and local people were building the bridges, did the bridges fall down after any tropical storm? Any rainfall, anything of that sort? No, not to our knowledge, brothers and sisters. Not to my knowledge. If you know, leave that in the comment box below right there. But as soon as they renovated the bridges, the hurricane season came in and brought in Tropical Storm Erica, and Tropical Storm Erica took down every single one of the bridges that the Chinese built. Okay, this is I think this was the Portsmouth area. I think no, this, I think this is Hampstead. Yes, this is not Hampstead. Hampstead has a fall, so Hampstead also is another bridge right there. Oh, this is the Hillsborough East Bridge. East Bridge sank several feet into Layo River. Oh yeah. Oh yes, I remember. Brothers, this is Layo Bridge. They also renovated that bridge as well, and it fell. Okay. So we have to be mindful when it comes into this situation right there, brothers and sisters, because when we say, oh, let's make Chinese build our schools, it is not just saying build schools, you know, brothers and sisters.
Chinese society in general, that it's impossible to avoid these situations.
So we have to be mindful when we say, let's make Chinese build our thing, and this is why I asked the question, why can't Dominicans build it with our own materials instead of having to pay how much money for people to build inferior stuff for us? I mean, they build the bridges. We've seen bridges fall down in China from Chinese that build their own bridges, and they're still falling down. They come Dominican and build bridges, and all of them fall down, brothers and sisters. Now you tell me Chinese has the right and has more technical development when it comes down to the modern times for them to build our schools? for them to build a number of things in Dominica, when it is known that even in their own area they have been building things with inferior materials? You think they're going to just leave their home country? Brothers and sisters, usually when you're inside your home, you tend to do things better. And when you're outside there, you say, well, it's not mine, this is not mine, so you don't really care about what you're doing, you know, unless you get in a set of monies on those kind of things where you can pay a little more seriousness in that regard. But when it comes to the situation, brothers and sisters, they're known for building inferior materials. And instead of using the Dominicans, we're still using Chinese to build our stuff. Really? I mean, come on, brothers and sisters, we need to do better than that. Anyways, guys, there's something I had to point out to you guys right there. A number of you guys indicated that you want me to play the fasting video, so I'm definitely going to play the fasting video for you guys right there. Intermittent fasting is very powerful, brothers and sisters. It can actually change your life. But take a listen to this. So I'm going to break this down right there, brothers and sisters. What you're seeing is not nonsense. They're pretty much trying to indicate like what on an x-ray level how things is. This is food. So you're eating the food, brothers and sisters. It goes down to your stomach and digests.
Contains glucose.
So the food contains sugar depending on the kind of food that you eat. Some of all you just like to eat sugar. Just sugar and that. Or you just eating sugar, lollipops, just sweet things, just everything sweet. You just eating sweet, man. Glucose, brothers and sisters. And glucose is what goes down into the stomach and also adds fat. There are slower things that break down from sugar. That is carbohydrates. Carbohydrates is a slow breaking down of sugar, so it takes a longer while for it to think, so your body can tend to use it while you do activities, brothers and sisters. But some of all you don't do no activities at all. You're still eating how much dumpling and thing, because you're saying your forefathers, that's what your forefathers did. They ate dumplings, brothers and sisters, but your forefathers were working in the field. So some of you saying, boy, let me eat my dumpling and what have you, brothers and sisters, not knowing what type of metabolic rate you have. And you're saying, boy, that is a healthy food to eat. No, brothers and sisters, they were eating dumplings and things because they're working hard on the field. So they had to get that type of energy. That's why they ended up eating dumplings and this kind of things there. But anyways, let's continue.
The fuel that feeds the trillions of healthy cells in my body. But that glucose also feeds something else. Zombie cells.
So the food that we eat tends to let go glucose. Not everything, eh? There's glucose, fructose, sucrose, all this kind of something there. Glucose is what feeds the normal cells, as well as the cancer cells, brothers and sisters. This is why sometimes I don't understand. I actually did a gig for a cancer society, and we went amongst the individuals that would, you know, had cancer and these kind of things there. People from all ages, man, especially a lot of the young folks with all sorts of different types of cancers, man, leukemia, all kinds of things that they had, brothers and sisters. And when it came down to breakfast time, brothers and sisters, when it came to breakfast time, man, I remember being there, and they were giving the people pancakes and all thing to pour on the. So I check him out. Wait up, I go and talk. I say, but doesn't sugar feed cancer? They tell me yes. Well, that's what they do. That's what they show me. That's what the partner do for me. Because he knows it does. I check about with all, you know, the cancer society, you know, but not to try to help them when it comes on to eating properly, and you know, but they want to give them all, because these young people, some of them like 5-6 years old, giving these people sweets and this kind of things that to eat, and their cancer. That's you have to stop the cancer. This is why fasting is important.
Old damaged cells that have lingered beyond their useful life. By spewing toxic sludge, these zombies infect other healthy cells.
And keep in mind, the zombie cells that they're talking about grow much faster than the normal cells, eh? Because they're abnormal, they function abnormally. So when you eat, they take a lot of the sugar and so forth. This is why when you go on a sugar deficit, brothers and sisters, these things, they need the sugar to eat. But since they want so much sugar and they cannot get it, brothers and sisters, what's going to happen? They're going to be dying out. This is why fasting is relevant. When the great book speaks about fasting, they knew why, the creator knew why he was telling man, don't forget to fast, at least fast once a week or something of that sort. And people, human beings based on nature, should not be eating free meals a day. That was a lie, brothers and sisters, as told to us. Because when you eat, brothers and sisters, and your body uses the sugars, the rest of what it does, it stores it in fat. It stores it in your cells. Anyways, let's continue.
speeding up the aging process.
So that's even aging process. Eating too much will cause you to age much faster. That's true. Just go on a liquor diet, brothers and sisters, and see how you end up looking.
Everything from hair loss and wrinkles to the onset of arthritis, cancer, and dementia. But what scientists have realized is that when we fast and cut off the supply of glucose, that zombie army is starved of energy.
You see, I told you guys, because the zombie cells or the abnormal cells, they take in much more sugar. This is why they tend to grow much faster, or they tend to multiply much faster than the normal cells. Because they're abnormal, they want to get in as much sugar, enough energy so that it can multiply much faster. This is why things like cancer and these things tend to spread. I don't understand why would they want to give people sweets to eat and they have cancer? That's crazy. Humans must not eat 3 meals a day. This is why there's something called intermittent fasting. You can eat for 4 hours during the 24 hours, brothers and sisters, and drink water for the rest of the time. You can pretty much eat whatever you want during that time. Some people do the 8 hours of eating, and then the rest, the 16 hours, they drink water and they go to sleep and this kind of things there. They do exercises, this kind of things there. Some people are better at the 6 hours. I tend to do the 6 hours, brothers and sisters. 6 hours out of 24. I eat whatever I want within the 6 hours, and then the rest of the time I just drink water or tea or you know, this kind of things there, or unsweetened juice and what have you, brothers and sisters. So there's this, and there's also those who do the 4 hours. The 4 hours are a bit more strenuous on a number of persons, but there are people, and I know there's a particular guy who always gyms and these kind of things, man. The boy is very lean, he's sharp, he's quick, and it does help when it comes on to alertness, brothers and sisters. Right there, sugar tends to slow down your brain when it comes on to these things. And of course, you know, I think we need to be mindful of that right there.
Which saps them of their power.
And bring it back a little.
When that zombie army is starved of energy, which saps them of their power.
Yep.
When food is plentiful, our body stores excess energy in the form of fat.
Yep, you see? When food is plentiful, the body doesn't use everything, you know, brothers and sisters. It stores the rest as fat.
Under the skin.
That's why your stomach might be big, you know, like a whoop.
And around the internal organs.
Yep.
When food is scarce, that fat is sent to the liver.
Yep. To the liver. And used
where it's turned
energy.
into an alternative fuel source called a ketone.
Yeah. There's something called the keto diet, brothers and sisters, where you stay away from carbs. You stay away from carbs, you eat meat and you eat vegetables. That's all you eat, meat and vegetables. There's particular individuals, you have to know your body type. Some people function better on a vegetarian diet. Some people function on a balanced diet on the basis of having, you know, your nutrients and these kind of things there. And some people, believe it or not, function better on only a meat diet. Yes, there are people who had certain diseases out there. I think of Dr. Peterson and his daughter. They pretty much had the same thing. They had arthritis, all sorts of diseases known to man. Them people had, and they stopped. And the only thing I know the daughter eats is steak. She eats only steak loins in the morning, steak in the afternoon, steak in the night, and every single disease, that gum disease, all these things, brothers and sisters. From the moment that they started eating just steak alone, this is why I say you have to know your body type. They found out their body type and started eating steak. That's the carnivorous diet. And since that time, all gum disease, arthritis, all pain that they had, every single thing disappeared. Within 1 month, brothers and sisters, everything disappeared. So it's vital that we keep that in mind, brothers and sisters. Humans were not meant to be eating tree, because your food going to be stored as fat. Some of us don't even utilizing all the energy that we think. And this is why fasting is vital. When you fast, your body doesn't look for the food, it goes to the fat. When you exercise, brothers and sisters, there's something called the caloric deficit. So when you exercise, not very exercise, you know, brothers and sisters, when you exercise, you deplete your body from the energy that it needs. So when you eat, it just restores that. It just restores that. Whereas when you do fasting, brothers and sisters, things like intermittent fasting and those things there, it helps the body because the body does not rely on food. It relies on the stored system that is in the body that then converts through the liver to fat, from fat to energy. So that's how your body ends up burning. This is what Hollywood tend to do. They change their diet and they do little exercises here and there. You can, brothers and sisters, if you understand the system of exercise, you can just do 20 minutes of exercising every day. If you just walk for 20 minutes every single day, brothers and sisters, you don't have to do all kind of strenuous exercises, kind of things there. Consistency, I was just reading that a while ago before I came to do this one. Consistency, do exercises for 20 minutes a day. Just walk, take a walk, do that every day, brothers and sisters, and your body will definitely start to change. That is a fact. So you don't want to put your body in a caloric deficit. You want to make sure that the fat that is inside there, it burns it, brothers and sisters. So I just thought I'd put this out there for you guys. What are your thoughts on this whole situation right there? And of course, this is pretty much all it was for this year, BrBpTV. I might do another one. Well, I should be doing another one on the Mr. Licks reaction channel, guys, a bit later on. So tune in for that, as well as about Mr. Licks. Once again, be real, brothers and sisters.